Hi, this is Matt from Modern Samurai, and today we're going to be asking the question, why don't martial artists throw good hooks? So it's a straightforward question, but before we get into that, don't forget to subscribe, click the bell notification, leave us a comment of things you'd like to see. So the question today, why don't a lot of martial artists throw hooks? The easy answer to that is because they don't learn and they don't train them. And so before anyone gets their nose out of joint and before anyone gets cross with me, let me explain a little bit. So one of the things that I remember for an awful lot of years was training in martial arts, but never ever once learning how to do a hook punch. Okay, I used to box years and years ago, and of course it was a mainstay for that. But then when I moved into traditional systems, nobody threw a hook. I didn't understand why, because a hook is, to me, one of the main punches. But then when I moved into working on the doors, working in security, again, that swinging hooking motion, I don't mean like a boxer's hook, I mean like a swinging hook, that was bread and butter. And so that sort of thing happened an awful lot. So we had to learn how to A, defend that, and B, use the tool ourselves. And so one of the things that I wanted to do and incorporate into what I do is some very, very basic boxing skills. Now, I don't claim to be a very good boxer. I don't claim to be a boxer of any great repute at all. However, I have learned some of the skills needed because that's what worked for me in the arena that I was in. And so hook punches became a real good usable tool. Now, one of the drills that I'm going to do for you here today is basically one of the ways to build strong hook punches. Now, we're just going to double hook off the same side. So what I mean by that is we're going to go body, head, off the same side, right? Two each hand. Now, when we look to do this, again, what I don't want to do, and this is something that I see regularly, is I see people hooking like this. And so they will go one, bring it back, two. And there's this big wide open space and they're not using their whole body. So what I want you to do is we're going to start slow and we're going to build up. Now from here, I'm going to drop and rotate slightly. I'm going to make sure that I bend my knees, turn my hips, drop my body weight down. And then I'm going to throw my hips through before I let go of my arm. Here, boom. Then I'm going to pull it back to my chin before I let it go again. Now I'm going to repeat the process. So I'm going to bend my knees, rotate my hips, throw the head hook, okay? So from here, look, we're going to go one, bring it back, two. Okay, so one, two. Now, then we're going to repeat that on the opposite side. So from here now, look, we're going to go one, two, one, two, one, two, one, two, one, two. Okay? And then that becomes a drill that you can practice. Now, one of the things that you'll notice with this is that I'm not staying still and just waving my arms around, okay? It's not enough to do that. So make sure you've got really good form. Before we start worrying about power, worry about your form. So here, drop, rotate, one, bring it back, two. Now notice I tuck everything in before I come to the other side. One, bring it back, two. Okay, so if I do that here, you can see what I'm doing. So from my position here, look, one, two. One, two, one, two, one, two, one, two, okay? Easy drill, but like with all the easy drills, it takes a long time to master if you ever manage to master it. Anyway, it's one to try. If you've got a bag, give it a go, have fun. Don't forget to subscribe.